Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, Booters, Shills, Desolators, Earths, Peasants, Vassals, Sub-Saharans. I'm a useful idiot, and as it turns out, there's a new war developing in Mali, and the U.S. is involved. We're in there now, and we will be in there more. And this is an interesting development. This is along the lines of the war that we're involved in Yemen and Congo and Nigeria and other places around the globe. This is part of this new U.S. strategy. And once again, I reference an earlier video I did on the future military is here. The new American paradigm shift in our military strategy, where we will not be sending large armies en masse around the globe anymore. We will be sending small special forces units, mercenaries, and operate in countries where we are not formally at war with or even have open hostilities. That is the wave of the future. Yemen is a good example of that, and Mali will be the next example of that. This is a country in sub-Saharan Africa. It's just a little south of Libya, and has a population of 14 million people, a very small ragtag army of 7,000. But it's recently come on the radar because there was a coup there last March. And not only was there a coup, and now we support the new military dictatorship government there without any questions asked, but now there's also separatist movements, and in fact there's a Islamist state that has declared independence in the north, and that is supposedly now an Al-Qaeda sanctuary. So the U.S. has acknowledged being in there before, since 2006. And in 2009, they even considered a contingency plan to send U.S. troops into Mali called Oasis Enabler. And that plan was rejected by the then ambassador of Mali. And but now things are getting interesting again. I want to thank my friend and compatriot Bert for sending me what seemed like a quizzical email at the time with some information about troop movements. And as it turns out, this opened up a whole new research into what's going on in Mali. So what is the latest development is the fact that 100 French Special Forces troops have been moved into Mali, and more French Special Forces are on the way. And this is a big deal. This is how these incursions work, and they build up. And there's already been a formal request by Mali that the U.S. Security Council act on this, and French President Hollande promised his country support for U.S.-backed military intervention in Mali. So the quiet war drums are beating. And right now they're saying that it would have to be a multi-country force led by the Economic Community of West African States, led by Mali. And they have an army of 3,000 on standby right now, which would give a combined African force of about 10,000. This would include other countries in the Economic Community of West African States, or Mauritania, Algeria, Chad, Senegal, Nigeria, Niger, Gambia, Cameroon, and Burkina Faso. And of course, we already have troops in Nigeria as well, so we're well entrenched in this area already. So, the top diplomat for Africa from the U.S. has gone on record to say, yes, there will have to be at some point military action to push Islamist rebels out of northern Mali. And he also said that the U.S. will support any French intervention. Incidentally, that top diplomat's name is Johnny Carson. I had to bring that up. So anyway, so this is getting a lot more interesting. There are U.S. troops on the ground now. There has been troops on the ground from before the coup, and there's troops there now. And in fact, last July, 3 U.S. soldiers were found in a jeep that had overturned, and they were accompanied by 3 prostitutes. So the U.S. had to answer the fact that why was there special forces in Mali at the time, and they deny, of course, that they were there for the operations that are ongoing. And even though there are confirmations of U.S. military planning surgical strikes in Mali, the fact that we have had special forces there for the last 6 years, and the fact that we're heavily invested in that entire area. And in fact, a little closer look at those 3 soldiers, turns out they work for the Intelligence and Security Command, which is a little known and secretive branch of the Army specialized in communications intercepts and counterterrorism. So they are in Mali as U.S. Special Forces. And then, of course, we cannot forget, as in line with another recent video I did about private armies, and the fact that we could have hundreds, if not thousands, of subcontractors and mercenaries operating in Mali, perpetrating U.S. interests there. So anyway, in any case, we have a war developing in Mali. The French are going in there now. The U.S. will undoubtedly give support, and we probably have special forces and mercenaries on the ground now, and this situation will get much larger, and we'll see more about it in the news, I promise you, coming soon. So, a new U.S.-UN war developing in Mali. I'm Useful Idiot. Don't you be one too.